War, in the popular sense, a conflict between political groups involving hostilities of considerable duration and magnitude. But war is not just a conflict, it's a calculated business. Behind the devastation, powerful entities profit from pain and destruction they orchestrate. This is not a conspiracy, it is a grim reality. This is a story of how USA and Israel have turned war into a profitable enterprise, leaving behind a trail of human suffering. War profiteering is not an abstract concept, it is a concrete reality. Governments and corporations profit immensely from conflicts. And at the heart of this dark trade are two key players, United States and Israel. Their involvements in the global conflicts are driven not by ideology or national security concerns, but by profit and economic gain. United States, the world's largest arms dealer, has a long history of initiating and escalating conflicts. In 2003, the invasion of Iraq was sold to public as a mission to eliminate the weapons of mass destruction. But the real motive was to gain control over oil reserves and military contracts worth billions. Following the invasion, Iraq descended into chaos, with civilian casualties reaching over 200,000 and millions displaced. US defense contractors like Halliburton and Blackwater reaped enormous profits from this conflict, while Iraqi people suffered. In Afghanistan, US spent over $2 trillion. All of this enormous amount of money benefited the political elites and military contractors. And as always, civilians from both countries got nothing but suffering. Israel, despite its size, is a major player in arms market. It is a highly militarized state with advanced defense technology, strong military capabilities, and significant financial and political backing, particularly from United States. Despite the widespread criticism from all over the world, including United Nations and human rights groups, Israel continues its actions of illegal settlement expansions and military operations, often justifying as self-defense measures. Most of the time, these conflicts are started by Israel, or sometimes it is a rebellion against their oppression. Since the first war between them, over 200,000 Palestinians have lost their lives. Most of them were civilians, including women and children. The repeated bombings and military strikes, particularly in Gaza, have left the region in ruins, with infrastructure damage estimated between $40 billion to $60 billion, devastating homes, schools, and essential facilities. Over the decades, approximately 5 to 7 million Palestinians have been displaced, forcing to live as refugees in the overcrowded camps all over the Middle East. This means that more than 70% of the entire Palestinian population has been uprooted from their homes. And still, Israel says they have security concerns. Meanwhile, Israeli defense companies such as Elbit Systems, Israel Aerospace Industries, and Rafael Advanced Defense Systems have thrived on the bloodshed, exporting weapons tested on Palestinians to fuel the conflicts worldwide. As Palestinian homes crumble, these companies boast billions in revenue, profiting from the very oppression that has left millions in exile. The war machine is fueled by manipulation. Lobbyists for defense contractors spend millions to influence US and Israeli policies, ensuring that wars are sustained and expanded. Media outlets, often complicit in these narratives, frame conflicts as necessary, masking the true motives behind them. The media perpetuates the narrative of necessary wars and national security, diverting the public attention from profit-driven motives of those in power. This manipulation helps to maintain a cycle of conflict that benefits the few while devastating the many. The human cost of these engineered conflicts is staggering. The suffering caused by these conflicts is not a distant issue, it is a daily routine for millions. The destruction of homes, loss of loved ones, and the relentless fear of violence are the true cause of the war profiteering. To end this cycle of exploitation, we must rise against the system that profits from our suffering. We must demand transparency, accountability, and an end to the manipulation that drives global conflict. Our collective power is our greatest weapon against the forces of oppression. Join the movement for justice, support organizations fighting against war profiteering, advocate for policy changes, and spread awareness about the true nature of global conflict.
The fight for a just world starts with us, and our action is key to dismantling the war machine. Let this be the dawn of a new era where peace and human dignity are valued above greed and exploitation.